kicking in.
Okay.
There we go. All right, we are live. We're back, and most of us back, anyways. I think Michael, you said your flights were canceled.
Yeah, our flights were canceled, so unfortunately, we're missing the blizzard. And instead, looking
And
at the beach
unfortunately, you're missing the blizzard. And where are you again?
in Aruba. So there's only an 85-degree temperature difference between home and here right now.
We heard so bad.
I know it's a terrible situation to be stuck in a place so gorgeous. Consider ourselves very lucky to have this first world problem, but
Yep.
we're making it. We'll figure it out. It is going to be it's a lot more delayed than I was expected, but we'll get home.
You'll make do. Now, what's causing the flight delays there? Is it just the stuff in Boston?
It's everything in Boston, yeah. And they sent the flights down here, so we thought because 3 out of the 4 flights out of Boston came down to Aruba, that they were going to turn around and get back. And no, they canceled everything. So there's 3 planes down here ready to go back as soon as it can, and then they'll get back to their schedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been more of a coastal storm. Boston's getting the most.
Yeah, we had
Snowfall.
we're just south, obviously, and we had 76-mile-per-hour winds this morning.
That's
And
high. Yeah.
we were expecting to get anywhere between 18 to 24 is what my father-in-law was saying this morning where we are. Because we're right on the belt. We're right on the border of the belt. We might only get up to 18. We might get up to 24.
I know my mother-in-law's in Worcester, and
Yep.
she's expecting a ton. She's
Yeah.
been getting it. So up here, it was funny because my wife worked last night, and when she was coming back, so her where she works is about 45 minutes away from the house.
Okay.
So as she's coming down, she didn't hit snow until she got to our town.
Okay.
It was like flurries and stuff. So up north, and where she works is north, and we're closer to Massachusetts. We're in New Hampshire, but
Yep.
where we live is closer than where she works. So yeah, so it's not reaching up there yet, or at least it wasn't at that point this morning. But I will tell you, it's definitely we definitely have a little bit of snow here. Not as much as you guys have in your respective places outside of the Aruba thing. You know, we're not.
Yeah. It's about 15 in Connecticut shoreline.
Yeah. I can tell you this. I can get used to missing these blizzards and these snowstorms. And I said to my wife, I'm officially at that point where I'm ready to move.
Yep. I've been there, been ready for a while.
Yep.
So
Like palm trees and sand sounds a lot better than shoveling anything.
And I was looking at snow at the ski resorts.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Vermont did not get a lot. I have a brother who lives in Lenox, Mass. They only got like 4 inches.
Oh wow.
well, it's still coming down pretty good here. So say I just pulled up charts because we get a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
I know I was not on Donnie's call this morning. I was doing had other things I had to take care of. But jumping in here and just looking, so I started marking up my chart here this morning.
Yep.
And
We also, you can see right there too, we had an E3 cross on the 22nd.
yeah. However, now it's like everything's aligned to move up, and that's what we're seeing. However, we've got this zone here.
Yep.
And it was interesting. I put this zone here. I had to go back in time.
Yep.
All the way back to January.
Yep.
You know, almost a month ago, and then the next zone going up is way up here.
Yeah. So Donnie did say this morning that part of the things that caused gold to pump this morning is the fear based on what happened down in Mexico.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, so that was causing that to pump. So we were just trying to see when it was going to break and turn around, and it looks like we may be there right now. Just trying to see. What are you on the 1 hour? Yeah, just trying to see if there's any sort of either pullback or if this is going to start heading down. And if it starts heading down, what did you say? Like 51.78 or 51.88 was the point where he'd start looking for the sell once it got down there. Now that's where he said he'd be looking for the pullback. If a pullback that low, that he might get into on the buy again. Otherwise, he was going to expect it to turn around.
At 51.78, that's here.
Yeah, I was looking for that on the pullback. If he was going to get back in on the buy. 'Cause if it pulled back to
okay.
there, he'd get back. Yep.
Okay. Oh, not bad. And then but I was asking Stephen about this before we jumped on, and I guess he didn't say anything about Iran.
No.
No, yeah,
But things could happen there at any time.
Yep.
right.
So that could affect things dramatically.
Yep.
And the other thing I was looking at, I mean, I know we're on the gold chart right now. I'm not in a trade right now. I was considering gold, but you know, even there was not a lot of news per se when I looked at Forex Factory.
Yep.
But if I look at the VIX, we definitely have a lot of volatility.
Yep. And Donnie did say that President Trump will be speaking today about Mexico.
Yep.
So during obviously that moment, that could cause a shift either way, depending on what's said.
You know what time that is, by the way?
I don't know what time off the top of my head. Let me look it up, see if it says it on Forex Factory.
Yeah. But I mean, I saw the volatility index. I was looking at the dollar, having been down a bit, and US 30 down a lot.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Although it had a huge wick, huge spike up here. So, but no, I hadn't even had a chance to mark up anything else. I literally jumped in on gold. And did he comment at all about oil?
Not when I was on. I missed the first
No,
few
yeah, I
minutes.
was on the whole length. He did not.
Because my thought is, if something does happen in the Middle East, that
Right.
oil is gonna shoot up a lot.
Yep.
So I'm watching oil today. I'm watching gold. But I can tell you, I'm gonna be very cautious just because of we don't know. Anything could happen at any time.
Right.
So
Right.
it looks like Trump already spoke. He told Mexico to step up its efforts on combating cartels.
Oh, he already
Against
spoke this morning?
It looks like it. He said on Truth Social, he just posted something. I don't see it actually a time where he's officially speaking. And what's this? Breaking: EU fails to reach an agreement on the 20th sanction package against Russia, announces a bloc of foreign policy chief. So that could impact Euro USD as well.
Well, and let's see. So gold is back, going up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to watch that. But let's go to Euro USD. Speaking of, that's one I've been interested in a lot lately.
Yeah, that's the only pair I'm trading right now outside of gold. Right now.
Let's see. So let me get rid of my old charts here. Let's chart this puppy up. So, because I hadn't done it yet, but we definitely have a beautiful demand zone here.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and clean.
Supply zone up to the left there.
Yep. So we get our zones, and there's some pretty decent distance in those zones too.
Yeah, and then you have the low
Yeah.
down there, but we're not even near the high or the lows.
Yeah, we're right in the middle. And Einstein did call right on this back wall. Nice call. Look at that.
Yep.
That back wall went right up. And so it did. It looks like it just barely hit TP2. Hey, something I don't know if you guys noticed this. I had my last couple of trades. I had my TP. I hit TP. What I had marked for it, which was that part was nice, but it was like on MT5 when it got to my TP, it had to go well past TP, like visibly past TP before it actually took profit. A couple times I hit it and it didn't take profit.
Yeah, I think that's what I saw is it was depending on whether it's looking at the buy price or the sell price.
Mhm.
I think a couple of times that when that's where I was expecting a couple of that I had to hit too, and it didn't. And I wondered if it was looking at the like not n- obviously one price close to the other.
Small
Let's
couple,
see.
yes.
Yeah, I actually have to get rid of my Euro USD charts. I have 27 drawings on a sheet. I got to get rid of it. It's a little much.
Yeah, 27's a lot. So this just called on the 15-minute a sell on gold, and that was over here.
So yeah, I think that's because it's been bouncing.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go to gold right now. I'd be a little hesitant right now unless you wanted to take a 20 pip hit, 20 pip win.
That's not bad.
I don't
No,
like pip win, but at the same time, I'm definitely hesitant.
and I mean this candle's got how many minutes left on the 50-minute? 3. So
Great.
technically right now it's engulfing. If it stays, oh, there it goes down.
Okay, that would not have been a bad
Nope.
take, but yeah,
Didn't
we'll
quite
see.
hit, did it?
It didn't. No, I think it just barely hit. Oh no, it didn't. It didn't. That particular move did not hit TP1. Came close, but it was kind of nice. We got the notice, and it had must have gone back or gone up beforehand because I clicked over pretty fast, and that would not have been a bad time to get in. But like you said, I'm looking at the RSI and I'm saying, I don't know, and this is on the 15. So
Yeah.
even if I come to the 3, 3 it bounced off of Jerome, it's heading down, but not dramatically, right? And the 1 is above Jerome bouncing off. So the 5, yeah, I'm not sold on that one.
No,
Right.
I'm not either. I am looking to see though if I do see a pullback, like I would consider jumping in. I'd consider jumping in. Well, I want to see what it does in the next like minute.
Yeah, see where it
If
closes.
it starts to right now bounce here and actually, well, that's a high right there. Is that right? That's a high. Yeah. So that red line right there, the top of that's a high. So
This
let's
would be
see
the
if. Yeah. Sorry, I went off on my own screen to look for a split second. Yes. Yes, that right there.
yeah. But when you said engulfing candle, you're correct. I mean, that's definitely we
Right.
got
If that.
seconds.
Yep, if it closes there. And that's why I want to see what it does in the last 30 seconds here to see if it decides to go in the opposite direction.
Which with gold it could be. It could be down here well before
Right.
it could be down here before the candle closes. So um, gold can move really fast. But yeah, it's always interesting watching and seeing what's about to happen. But I know just with the market as is right now, not just Mexico, but and I know people that are in Mexico right now. It's like, not a great place to be right now.
No.
But it
Yeah, my
looks like
wife's
it's gonna
I
close
don't,
up.
I don't know if it's sorry about that. I don't know if it's true or not, but my wife was saying that some of the people at the resorts were told do not leave the resorts.
Yeah,
That basically the cartel said if you leave the resorts outside the resort area, is like you will be killed. Or you
I
may be killed.
I heard something to that effect as well.
Yep. So
They're
like,
that extensive across the country and everything that they're doing right now.
yep.
That
I just say this when we went to Mexico years ago, we took buses from the resort to wherever we were going. And when we got on inside the resort, we got off at the location. We got back on at the location and got back off inside the resort. We did not even dabble.
Yep. Well, I remember going to Cozumel and
Yep.
a little different, but still part of the
Mhm.
country. And we get out. That was on a cruise, but we wanted to do something different. So we went and we found a cabbie, and we had
Yep.
him take us to tour the island.
That's awesome.
It was a great time, and we went to Tequila Hacienda. We did all kinds of different stuff. So it was interesting because we got a tour that nobody else got.
Yep.
But these days, I don't know that I'd want to do that.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'd be nervous nowadays that the cabbie would take you right to someone that they could.
Yeah. So yeah, so definitely this this is interesting. Some good movement. But you started to call it earlier. You said it looked like it might end up being an engulfing candle, and it definitely is an engulfing candle.
Yep.
So typically with an engulfing candle, that next candle is following the one that engulfed the other. So theoretically this would be going up.
Yep. So I on paper got in on this hitting TP1.
Nice.
And I am going to actually close it because I'm at $74, and that's fine. Oh, just missed the close. No, I got it.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, getting a quick drop, great. And RSI is looking good. Now this is on the 15 still. Let's go back to the hour here. That was still the high from the 15. So, but let's go back. I'm watching this. I wouldn't. It's a little late to jump in now. If it goes back up, I might. But I don't have my. I could switch over to demo. But I've got the real stuff playing, so I'm a little bit more cautious here. Euro USD. That is definitely coming down, and that was called by Einstein. Definitely hit TP1.
Yep.
So that was a good call. And we had an E3 cross here. 6:15 this morning. Oh, we're on the 15. That's why. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So there's a 15-minute call. And that's something I've noticed too, by the way. I'm looking at the Einstein calls. A lot of them are on the 15s. I'm not seeing as many on the hour right now.
Yeah.
Make sure my Einstein alerts for the hour. Yeah, they're all there. It's funny. The only one that I have an Einstein set up for is gold with a 15.
I have a euro. I have one euro USD buy. You saw that earlier. You mentioned that earlier, though. I think. Let's see. Euro USD on the. I'll go to the hour for a second. Do you have that one, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to see that. Is mine? What version am I on?
I don't know.
My last time was November 5th. Let's see if we're still there.
That was a decent buy because it looks like it hit V2 with just barely hit V2. Yeah, and that's what I was talking about on MetaTrader. If I had TP2 there, it would not have hit.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on. Is it's looking at one price versus the other, the buyer versus the sell price, and I think it's just not. I'm not positive about that, but I'm curious to see because when I did see when it did hit the, like the correlating price, it did execute, but it caught me off guard because I'm like, because it doesn't do that on some of the other platforms. Well, and I don't even know if it's a setting or it's just something that.
Yeah, and that is entirely possible. So yeah, it just barely kissed and touched TP2. It appears to. Actually, let's go a little. Maybe not quite, but I mean, you don't get much closer than that.
Yeah.
Now it's coming down. Once it's back into the zone, it looks like it's coming down pretty good. And once it's back in the zone, we'll have to see, because I wouldn't mind taking it back up.
Yeah, so I'd probably look to see if it's going to either hit the back wall or see if it's going to come down to the bottom of that green wick.
This one here?
Yep.
Yep.
I'd like to see, is it going to come all the way down to there? Or is it going to, and if it does, see if it's going to then drop to a lower time frame to see if it starts turning around. And if it does, then buy it.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good buy line.
Yep.
Back wall would be good as well, but
Yep.
if it went down further, that would be pretty nice. What's below that?
Well, you have the one right up to the left of it, the red one too. I mean, that's another line that, and then you have where it hit the 20, right above where it says 52.31 on the RSI or 62, whatever. If you follow the 20, there's another low down there. Yep.
Oh, down here you're talking about?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you were looking at the wick. I was looking for zones.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't looking at zones yet. I was just more looking at what I'll typically do now is I'll use that first zone and then I'll just do, this is something that changed. Now I'll use mostly just support and resistance lines.
Really?
Yep.
Why did you decide to do that?
Because I kept on having like 3 or 4 zones on my graph and it was getting really messy.
I had that. I can understand.
So like in this scenario right here, like obviously like right off to the left there, right above it, you have a little demand zone, right? Like right up to the left of that supply zone, but you have one right next to it as well.
Yep.
So, I mean, yes, you could, I'd mark the top of that, like that first demand zone. I'd mark the top of that as like a base, a low and a base, you know what I mean? Like a base right there. Yeah. I just marked that base because that could be aligned too. There seems to be some consistency with some stuff happening there, but it's more just trying to determine where to get in on the next trade.
Right. Well, and that's the key, getting in at the right place.
Yep.
Because it reduces drawdown and maximizes gain. So it's your entry's key, and then picking when to exit is of course the second key, but first one is always the entry.
Yep.
So let's go back to. I'm going to clear those. And let's go here.
While we're doing this, very quick question. Has this connection been a lot more stable?
Much. Yeah, you were horrible as far as your internet connection last week.
Yeah. So I think I can do that. I can do this week until I get back.
Until you have a flight back, huh?
Yeah. No, they're not even. Yeah.
You're not going to rush it though, are you?
No, I just got to make sure. I'm trying to get us all home because I said to my wife, if my wife comes home and God forbid we had a power outage and then let's say the oil furnace or anything needs to be bled, which I doubt is going to happen. But if something like that happens, she's not going to know how to do that. So the last thing I do is want her walking into a nightmare at home. So I'm like, I want to get there at the same, because my son and I are on a different flight.
Oh,
so
wow.
Okay. So we're just trying to coordinate it. Okay, what's that happening right there? That's almost no. So you got red. What are you on GJ right there?
This is on GJ. So I was just looking at GJ.
By the way, Don, I'm a massive fan of that indicator. I mentioned it before, but I'm a huge fan of that indicator that I've been using.
Oh, the predictive for the.
Yep. It's really, it's pretty accurate. Like within about 30 minutes from what I've seen most of the time.
Nice.
But 30 minutes ahead of time?
Either way. It's been both ways. It's been 30 minutes delayed and it's been 30 minutes in front on the 1 hour. But it's been pretty close almost all the time. But what that it's allowed me to do is I've on paper, I think I had like maybe like $1,000 since I've been on break, maybe a little bit less, maybe like 880 or something. But what I've done is I've just waited for an E3 cross and then watched it and I've just waited for it to, well, I've watched it hit the trend. And then once I see the E3 cross is in effect, either that first candle or the second candle, typically the second candle, I'll just get in.
Just get in.
Unless the first candle starts heading where I want it to go or starts pulling back, then I'll just jump in there and I'll just take the E3 and
Yeah.
I'll take it for down to whatever I see as the next line. So I'll take it to the bottom of like a base, or I'll take it to a support line, or a demand. I mean, or depending whether it's obviously a sell or a buy, but I'll take it to a support line or a resistance line,
Sure.
or to one of the moving averages. So, but I've done well with that. A couple of them have taken longer than I wanted, but they still worked. Every one of them.
We're back up into this. Look at that. Look at that. It hit the mark. That's on the 1 hour, but it hit the mark we put in from the 15.
Yep.
Look at that. Yeah,
It's gonna
nice.
hit TP2. I got
Yeah.
TP1 out of it, but
And he actually has a TP3 on this.
Yep.
So, and that's what it's funny because I was just looking for the TP3 on GJ. I didn't
Yep.
see it. There wasn't one. Like I scrolled, that's why I was scrolling down to see what was happening. Now we just had a change there. Interesting.
it pulled back.
No, I was talking about it looked like there was a change with the with Einstein.
I think there is because it pulled back, so it went back. There were two sell signals in Einstein. So you're back to the previous one. There's the other one.
Yep. There it goes. So, but so going back to the hour, but yeah, that was pretty good. So now the question is, so if it's a sell, if we're just going to do the hour, we got a ways to come down
Mm-hmm.
before we'd hit anything of substance there.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't see anything news wise that's gonna currently. I don't think that's happening live that's gonna cause it to do anything outside of technical analysis right now. So I think we're back into technicals.
Yeah, I'm still leery on that, honestly, just because anything at any moment can happen.
Yep.
You know, that's the wild thing. So
Right.
any trades I take today are probably going to be 15-minute trades. They'll be much shorter trades.
Yep.
You know, I'll take smaller profits, but that's okay.
Yep.
So I just don't want to be stuck. And then all of a sudden, you know, I'm taking a buy, all of a sudden it goes and or opposite.
Right. Again, too, like I've been in that big bullish run. The city before, like I got stuck in that before, and it's just I've done a much better job of just preventing that from happening.
Yep.
And
I have too. I've been more cautious, but every trade I've taken now in the past week has been a profitable trade.
Yep.
And,
well, this is it.
Mhm.
Sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, you know, Warren Buffett obviously has a strategy that he uses on his trades, and it's like he looks for it to be a wonderful company and looks for these different things, and it needs to check these 5 boxes. What I've started doing on trades, I'm like, if I don't think it's a wonderful trade, then I'm not even getting in. Like if I don't, I'm like, I'd rather do 3 trades a day that cover me than do what I was doing before, because what I was doing before had some huge wins, but
Mhm.
I didn't have the knowledge level to be living in that world. Like
Yeah.
I did for the wins, but I didn't have the risk management in that world. I thought I did, but I didn't.
So, but with that, because we do have to do those, I do. We're at the end of today's session. So funny, folks. So you didn't see a lot of real action for us taking action here today, but we just looking at the markets, and there are definitely a lot of questions in the marketplace right now. So anything, again, what we do is not financial advice. We're not making recommendations to you. We are literally learning and documenting. That's all we're doing. But we wanted to share it with you. At the same time, there it goes back to sell again. But at the same time, you're going to have a lot of opportunities. And I encourage you, by the way, join us in the quest. Because interruptions, right? I can't miss these things. Can you tell?
Yeah.
So, but hey, with that, guys, any quick closing comments for today and what to watch for?
Donnie thought it was going to be a good trading week. That's how he summed it up.
Nice.
Which means he feels he's going to be making money.
Yep.
All right, good.
And I'm just sitting here realizing that if I was doing more with real money rather than just paper, I would be sitting in Aruba, spending about an hour or two trading, and then spending the rest of the day on the beach with my family, and I would be just fine. So, real world application to what could be, or what will be soon.
Exactly. We need to make it so.
Yep.
So with that, we'll catch y'all soon, folks. Have a phenomenal day, and we'll be back here on Wednesday morning at roughly 10.